Hey guys, Mike Builds. Welcome back to another video. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but lately it's been boiling hot outside, especially down here in the south. So with heat means we got to do another mini split video. That's right, we're going to be doing another install. In this video, we're mainly going to be focusing on the performance and features of the unit. I'm going to kind of gloss over the full install, although I am going to show that in the video. I have many videos on the channel of how to do a full mini split install. So if you need a step-by-step how to exactly install a mini split, go check out the mini split playlist on my channel. But this video is going to be mainly focused on this Garvee 12,000 BTU 115 volt mini split unit. This is more of a budget mini split unit that goes for around $550. It also has Wi-Fi and app control, so you can remotely control it with your phone. It uses R32 refrigerant, which is the newer style refrigerant that they're starting to use in a lot of these units. And my goal in this video is to set this thing up. We're going to connect a watt-hour meter to it, see exactly how much power it uses, and then we're also going to use a thermal camera and thermometer to see how cold the air is coming out of this unit. Now, along with the inside unit and the outside unit, it also is going to come with the wall template, so you can kind of use this to get the inside unit aligned, and it's also going to show you where to drill the holes in the wall. Now, I'm not going to be doing a hole in the wall install. I'm going to do a window bypass install with this unit. You get your instruction book. This is some sort of extended service deal, I guess, that they offer for the unit. Condensation drain tube, remote with batteries, some sealant putty stuff, a little trim ring for the hole in the wall, line set tape, and then your line set small and large, as well as a power cable for the unit. And this is the communication cable and power cable for the inside unit. So this is gonna go between the inside and the outside unit. And the SEER rating of this unit is 22 SEER, so it should be pretty efficient. Because it's 12,000 BTUs, it's gonna be interesting to see how much power this actually pulls. Now, taking a little bit closer look at the inside unit, here's your main air louver. We can open this cover right here. You can see our evaporator coil is actually coated. They put this blue coating on it, and it's supposed to make the coil last a lot longer. You can see the Wi-Fi dongle right here. This panel is what we're going to remove when we install the wiring from the inside to the outside unit. Looking at it from the top, this is our main dust screen. So this is what you're going to use to keep dust and debris out of the unit. This needs to be cleaned pretty regularly. I would recommend at least once a month if you use the unit a lot. The cleaner you keep this filter, the cleaner the evaporator is going to stay. Now here's the other side of the unit. What's pretty cool is the wall bracket is already pre-installed. All you have to do is take this one screw off, remove the wall bracket from the unit, install this on the wall, and pop the unit back on. And what's interesting is, and I've never seen this in any mini split that I've installed, is it comes with a level built into the wall bracket. So there should be no excuses why this thing is crooked. We have our condensation drain, and then both of our refrigerant connections are gonna go right here. The outside unit looks pretty standard. We got a nice 3-bladed fan. These fans are extremely quiet, nice heavy duty grill. Behind these covers, this is where we're gonna make our electrical connections. This is where we're gonna connect our refrigerant lines. And the unit is pre-charged with the refrigerant. All we have to do when we connect the inside and outside unit using the line set is pull a vacuum. It's gonna suck all the air out of the lines and the evaporator coil. Once we know that whole system is leak free, we then release the refrigerant from this unit and the system will be fully charged. We also have an outdoor coated coil as well. Same thing, is supposed to prevent the coil from corroding and give it a little bit longer service life. Well, I'm gonna go find a spot in my house to put this bad boy, and we're gonna get this install going. All right, guys, the install is fully complete on our Garvee mini split. Now, there is some finishing touches that I'm gonna do after this video is done. So all of this is gonna get cleaned up, tucked away, and wrapped. I'm just not gonna do it right now because I don't have the correct wrapping, but I always wrap my line sets and my wires and everything to make sure that the sun doesn't damage it, and it's very well insulated. This setup, we ended up going with a window bypass, and the reason I like the window bypass method is there's 0 holes you have to drill through your actual house, because if you drill a hole in this and you ever have to remove the mini split, now you have a giant hole right through your house that you have to patch. All I have to do if I ever want to remove this is disconnect the line set, pull everything back through, close the window, and I'm done. There is some weatherproofing that I'm gonna have to do around the window, but that's too easy. Here's the finished install of the inside unit. So we just ran the line set down the wall. The reason I do the line set directly out of the bottom is because since we're not doing a hole in the wall, I want the line set and the water drain for the condensation to go straight down. That way we don't have any issues with water draining. Kind of zip tied up the tubing. Now in the future, I'm gonna end up 3D printing some nice covers that's gonna go over this. I will say this does not look as aesthetically pleasing as a hole in the wall. And I will agree with everybody who's thinking that, but like I said, this is the easiest method that I know of without having to drill a hole, and I'm willing to deal with how ugly it looks because, like I said, I'm not ruining my house. The unit does need to be wired to a dedicated 20 amp circuit. I wired mine to a 12 gauge extension cord, and that's because this unit's gonna be used as an emergency backup, so I can power it with solar power stations, a small generator, or things like that. So I wanna be able to plug this thing into whatever I want. It's not recommended you do it like this. I only did it like this for the reasons I just stated, so keep that in mind. This is just for demonstration purposes only. Now we're gonna go ahead and get this thing connected up with a watt-hour meter, and we're gonna see exactly how much power it uses, and then we're gonna see how cold it gets and kind of try to judge the performance of the unit. So here we go. This is gonna be the first time we're powering this unit up. Okay, it didn't blow up, so that's good. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn it on cool. It's in Celsius. I need to figure out how to change that. I turned it all the way down as cold as it will go. We're on auto fan speed, so we're gonna see what the max power draw of this unit is. Here's the outside unit running. Now, one of the biggest benefits, I think, to these mini split units is how quiet they are. This thing's insanely quiet. So the unit has pretty much stabilized. We're getting very cold air out of it. We've stabilized around 1120 watts. It has not gone any higher. So that appears to be the max power rating or max power that this unit's gonna actually pull. So I'm using this thermal camera right here, and the coldest I saw was about 43 degrees. And the air coming out of this is very, very cold. So the performance of this unit so far has been pretty good, and it's been running now for probably about 30 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and download the app and try the app out to see how good it is. The app is called AC Freedom. After messing around with the Wi-Fi setup for about half an hour, I finally got it to work. So the Wi-Fi pairing process needs some work because it was a massive pain. However, I think I have it working now. So there's what like the home screen looks like. Let's see if we can power this thing on. Yep, there it goes. We're gonna set it to cool, 76 degrees. There we go, it's on 76. Overall, once the app is set up and working, there's all the options that we get. It looks very nicely refined. What's pretty cool is this mini split cost what my original mini split cost that I installed 3 years ago, and that mini split had no Wi-Fi. Even these extremely budget-friendly mini splits now have the Wi-Fi working. Was a huge pain in the butt, so they need to make the pairing process easier, but it does work. This unit also has adjustable airflow. You can go up, down, and left and right. A lot of my other units, you can only go up and down. This is probably the first one or second one I think I have that actually has left or right adjustable airflow louvers built into it. So if we hit fan direction, it gives us the option to go left or right or up or down. All right, Mike Builds Crew, that's gonna do it on us installing and testing this Garvee mini split unit. I have to say overall, for a budget mini split, this thing is performing flawlessly so far. It's got all the features that I would want, but it's also still very simple to use. The remote is very responsive. App control appears to be pretty good. So if you're in the market for a budget mini split, this may not be a bad brand to check out. Normally what I do when I buy mini splits or when I recommend them to friends is I go on Amazon and I normally buy the cheapest ones that they sell. And funny enough, these Garvee units are starting to pop up on Amazon for some of the best pricing that you can get them for. Now this unit is going to be used every day in my house, and I'm going to continue to use this thing every single day. If I have any issues or problems in the future, I will definitely make an update video and I'll show you guys what's going on with it. But so far it's performing flawlessly, and I could not be happier with this unit. So as always, I'm going to put links for everything down in the description. I'll also put links for all the tools you're going to need to install it if you do want to do a self-install. And I have mini split videos already on the channel that go into way more detail on how to install these things. So make sure you guys go check that out. I have a playlist with all my mini split installs that should answer pretty much all the questions that you guys could have. If you have any other specific questions that I didn't answer in this video, leave them in the comments. I'm going to be there responding to as many of you guys as possible. As always, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, you are the best, and I'll see you on the next one.